everyone. How are you? Greetings. Well, many of us make money as a problem, right? So what if it is the easiest thing to create in this world? That's what our guest says. If you like to know more, and if you like to pick up some tips and tricks from her, please stay on. I will introduce her to you. She's not new to us, but just before that, if you don't know me at all, my name is Nila. I'm the founder of 𝗨𝗚𝗃𝗲 Academy and 𝗨𝗚𝗃𝗲 Wellness System. If you like to know more about the system, my work, please go to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 your mastery. All right? Okay, now here we go. To give us tips and tricks to multiply your money, to expand your finances, we have our great Smriti.
Hello, everybody.
So, how do we define Smriti? Smriti has perhaps lived 7, 8 lives in this one life, right? Corporate, finance, real estate, jewelry, jewelry design, whatnot. And then life throws challenges sometimes, right? Especially to people who have really grand magic in them. To bring the magic out, sometimes things get tough. That's what happened to Smriti. She got cancer. Well, man, I haven't seen anyone who has handled cancer with such grace. So, Smriti has been doing a lot of alternative therapies. She has been facilitating people, helping people transform their lives and embrace their divinity. So, here we go. Let's hear from the master. Hey, Smriti. So glad to have you.
I am so happy to be here and thank you for inviting me. Um, Money is a topic that I love to talk about. And if this conversation can contribute to anybody, I think it will be a time well spent today. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
And before you go on, I have seen you creating money with such ease and grace. When actually, Likey Wellness System was kind of launched by you. I was just doing things locally with my small circle. And then you came along and said, okay, let's host a class in Mumbai. And then we went to 140 countries, right? So you definitely have that capacity and ease with money. So do tell us more about what money means to you and how you do that magic.
Sure. But before I go there, I just want to say it was a pleasure collaborating with you and getting light key frequencies work. I mean, all the light key wellness system work that you created to bring it to the world, because I think it's a beautiful body of work and it has contributed to so many lives. I myself have facilitated over 1,000 people within a period of 1.5 years with all the
Yeah.
various courses that you created, and it's been a total pleasure. Okay. And I must tell you, I don't think many people know this, but I actually started creating my own money when I was about 19 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had my first business when I
Mm-hmm.
was 19 years old. And I was one of those people, when I got my pocket money, I did not like the idea of giving accounts to my mom as to what did I do with the pocket money. And I was supposed to give accounts. And so I was very clear that I want to make my own money and not be accountable to anybody. So this is what I do with it. So that was one of the motivations behind wanting to have my own money. And I think always had this thing about being an entrepreneur. It's like in me, and I've been making money ever since. So
Mm.
money, I think, is very easy.
How did you make your first money?
So I went to attend a personal grooming course in a 𝗍𝗏𝗃 Hussain, certified clinic, a salon. And that time 𝗍𝗏𝗃 Hussain was like the name. And I went there for a personal grooming course, but I wanted to do a full-fledged beautician course. And so I said, hey, that's what I want to do. I want to do a diploma course. She said, but you're here only for about 1.5, 2 months on a holiday. You can't do a 6-month course in that much time. I said, but what if I could pass all the tests? If I pass all the exams, will you give me the diploma? And she said, yes, you're on. And I actually got the diploma. I came back to this little place that I used to live in, and I just offered my services, the salon services right out of my bedroom. And very soon I had a rocking business. And
Ah,
and of course, I was offering all the services. I was doing things like makeups, bridal events, and things like that. And then people wanted me to teach. And so I started teaching. And every batch that I announced went full.
oh, there we go. So, people, now let's ask how to fill your classes. Yeah, how to have a full appointment calendar. Come on, Smriti.
I think one of the very fundamental things that have always that's something that's been part of what I do is this deepest desire to serve,
Mhm.
to bring value. Now,
Mhm.
a person can have a avenue to offer services from. Okay,
Mhm.
you can have a business, you can have a job, and that can very directly translate into money. But that
Mhm.
doesn't mean that only people like that can create money.
Mhm.
That heart to bring value, to give, yeah, can even be for a homemaker. When my heart is not just doing things out of duty, but when my heart is to give in any way that I can, as a homemaker, as a friend, as a community member, and things like that. Um,
So, functioning from the joy of
Giving.
offering, isn't it? Yeah, yeah. It's not algorithmic. Okay, give this so that I will receive that. That becomes transactional. Instead, hey, this is joy for me. So let me give this. Let me give this. And that's the excitement that opens. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't actually know the scientific principle that was going on. I
Yeah.
just gave and happily gave. And that
Mm.
doesn't, I didn't charge for my services. I very happily charged for my services, whatever I wanted to charge for my services, and people happily paid me. But
Mm.
but that was a byproduct of giving.
Correct. Mm.
Only now, when I have gone deep into these studies of principles of creating life, and that includes principles of creating money, that I realized that there's a very fundamental spiritual principle at work.
Mm.
Okay. So what you give out is what comes back to you always. That's the fundamental law of energy.
Mm.
The energy always returns to the point of where it
Mm.
originated. So what you give out is what comes back to you. So when you give out something that creates value in someone's life, that creates joy in someone's life, that enhances someone's life in some manner, that energy comes back to you. And money often, is a source of comfort, is a source of joy. It gets you things that create you happy. So you are giving out joy, you are giving out value, and it comes back in that same energy it comes back in the form of money
Right, right, right.
and many
Okay.
other things.
Mm. So, everyone, I would recommend that if you are somebody who is offering services, look at what you love to offer rather than making it as a calculation, equation, and algorithm. See what brings you joy and how you are offering that. It's not even the procedure protocol, but how you function fundamentally. If something doesn't make you feel happy, at least that may not bring what you are looking for. that may not make money in the long run. Is that right, Smriti?
Yeah.
Pretty
You
much.
do something, do it with your full heart, do it with full joy.
Yeah. Cool. And it should give you joy. That's the fundamental thing. Excitement opens pathways. Excitement opens possibilities. If you don't have excitement, if you're doing out of boredom, if you are doing out of, obligation, it may not open up new possibilities. It may not bring you what you are looking for. All right. So, what are some ways we can multiply our money? Money, maybe the money you have, or the revenue streams you can create, or in the same revenue stream, how you can multiply the amount you receive. So, give us some tips and tricks, Smriti.
So one of the things that I first insist upon is to become aware of the truth. Because what happens is that the amount of money that I can have, or how much money I can create, or how I can put my existing money to multiply, is a function of what I put my faith in. Am I putting my faith in facts, or am I putting my faith in truth? So, my fact may be that I have the requisite educational background, or I don't have the resources that I require to be able to generate the money that I want to. Like, you will say, yeah, it's good to invest, but I should have the money to invest in the first place. Or good to start a business, but I don't have the funds to even start the business. So, I am putting my faith in. Whereas the truth is that you and I live in an abundant universe. And that's truth. We live in an abundant universe. Our nature is abundant because, what you put your attention on grows. So if you're putting your attention on scarcity, lack, you are going to become abundant in lack, right? So are you putting your faith in lack, limitations, or are you putting your faith in the truth that I am an abundant being living in an abundant universe? Everything that I require is possible for me to have because I live in a unified field, which is a field of infinite possibilities. So it is possible. So I am putting my faith in the truth that I am fully resourced, that I am an abundant being living in an abundant universe, and that, the universe holds a $1 idea, universe holds $100 idea, universe holds $1 million idea. That's the currency of the universe. The currency of the universe is ideas. So universe holds all kinds of ideas. So why do some people tap into the $100 million idea, and why do some people tap in only into $1,000 idea? So there is possibility available, but am I putting my faith in the possibility, or am I putting my faith in what my fact?
So one thing I just wanted to add here, you beautifully said fact versus truth. For me, fact is all the definitions you have of you. So you think you are this body, that's a limitation. You think you are this personality, that's a limitation. So every label you have is for you a fact, right? You believe that it's a fact. But truth is, you are infinite. That's the truth. When did you originate? Can you tell me when you originated? You may say, that your birth on the planet. No, your body was born on that date and time. When did you, the spirit, originate? And if you look deeply, where do you end? Where do you begin? It's totally infinite, right? You can be anywhere. Just think about Mars. You are able to perceive that. So that means you are there as well. So that infinite nature is the truth. The more we get into that infinite nature, the more we dip in, the more we be that infinite spirit, then everything is available to us. As Smriti said, $1 idea or $100 trillion cash. Everything is within this infinity, right? Yeah, please.
Yeah. So once you start aligning with the truth, I mean, truly believing it is not just theoretical, because for a long time, what does it mean to be an infinite being was purely a theoretical concept for me. So I have explored this question for many years now, and I think it's only now that I started embodying that truth of what it really means to live as a limitless being. And one of the things that helps me tap into my limitlessness is a very tiny question, 2 words question: what if? My mind may say this is not possible, right? Because there are certain belief systems I have based on certain facts from the past. And, the mind is right in that moment. I'm placing my faith in the facts. Okay. But let's say now I know that I have a choice to place my faith in the truth. But how do I actually translate it into action? So the question that I use is, what if? So if my mind is saying, oh, but that's not possible, I say, but what if it was possible? What if it was possible? What if it was, oh, it's very tough, but what if it was easy?
Yeah.
What
At
if
least it opens up 50% of the possibilities, right?
so the moment I open myself up with just asking, what if it was possible? What if it was easy? What if, there were some action steps that I could take? What if there were? And the moment you ask your mind a question, its job is to provide you an answer. So now I give it a task that find me, that, because I'm saying, what if it was possible? Then what could I do, or what action could I take? And then it goes out into the World Wide Web, literally the World Wide Web, searches for everything that is kind of a match. And ideas start pouring in, awareness starts pouring in, connections happen, things just start opening up because I open myself up to the possibility. Okay. So start from there. What if it was possible? There may be somebody who will say, hey, you know what, but I haven't ever worked, but now I would like to be financially independent. But, I've never worked. How can it be possible? I don't have this and I don't have that. And that's when I'm placing my, my faith in the facts. But then the moment you say, okay, so what if that's my history? But what if it was possible? What if I could make a new beginning?
Yes.
Just put yourself up to that.
Absolutely. The moment you ask what if, then basically you are out of the closed space you were in. You were in the space of, it's not possible. The moment you ask what if, that stuckness, that limitation is detached from you. So you are looking at it. Any moment you wish, you can drop it. And then you are in this infinite space and you can start choosing what is available for you. Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about one more tip, because I don't want you to give away everything here. There is a beautiful program coming. So give us one more. We ask nicely.
Well, another very big factor is, what is your own sense of self? What do you believe about you? Yeah, because who you be is based on what you think about yourself, what you believe about yourself, whether it's a belief that has come from within yourself, from your own awareness, or whether you bought into it from somebody. But what you believe and who you be as a result of that reflects in how much money you can have. If you believe I'm not good enough, if you believe I'm unlucky, if you somewhere have a dialogue running subconsciously or consciously, I'm a loser, I'm dumb, I'm stupid, then you don't believe in you. And if you don't believe in you, how, and if that's the energy that you're emitting, because remember, everything is energy, right? So there's an energy that I emit. And if the
Mm.
energy that I'm emitting, I'm not saying it out loud, but I'm still being an embodiment of the energy that I am dumb or I'm stupid or I'm not good enough, because that used to be something, ages ago for me, not
Right.
anymore. So when I'm emitting that, how do I expect anybody outside of me to have that faith and confidence in me when I don't believe in me, right?
Agree. Mm.
So someone wants to give you business because you believe in you. They gauge the energy first. Everybody is an energy being and everybody perceives energy. So when we ourselves don't have faith in ourselves, we don't have confidence in ourselves, then we can't expect somebody else to have confidence in us. And
Yes.
don't want to trust you with money. Like, let's say you believe, oh my God, like the moment you think of money and money management, and it's scary for you, and you say, I don't have it in me to be able to manage money. I really don't know how to, do investments and how to do all this accounts and all the paperwork and all of that. The moment you've said that, you have said, I am not capable. So the other person, even if they would have wanted to give you business, can't, because you are projecting that sense of, I'm not capable.
Yeah, so basically you are putting a signboard, don't come.
Yes.
I am not capable.
So the
Yeah.
amount of money we can have can also be restricted by what we believe about ourselves and the kind of thoughts we think, because everything is created twice, first as a thought and then as a physical form. So if I am thinking all of this, I am becoming the vibration that is saying, I can't be trusted, I don't believe. So
So
how?
here I wanted to add something. Sorry, go on, Smriti.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to add something. We value ourselves mostly by the standards set by the society, the culture, or people came before us, right? We measure ourselves. Our self-worth depends on what others think of us. Are you successful? If your success means you should have a house, a car, you should have married, you should have kids and things like that. All these standards are very old. Yeah, if you are measuring yourself, your worth with these standards, it's never enough because these standards vary from time to time, geographical location to location, race to race, family to family. In some families, you are valued if you are married, have kids, look after the home, be a great homemaker. In some families, you are valued if you make a lot of money, which is right, which is wrong. So if you are trying to value yourself with anything external, it's not going to work at all. So one thing I want to remind you, this is my most favorite quote of Osho, just paraphrasing. Without you, the universe is not complete. That itself is enough
Yeah.
for your self-worth. Everybody need not play the hero role. Everybody need not play the, a lead role in a play. Everybody, you need supporting acts in a play to make it interesting. So in this lifetime, probably you chose to be a homemaker. Maybe you chose to be the most famous diva. What if both are same? What if both are contributing to the universe in the same way? What if both the roles are required to complete the universe? Look at the puzzle piece. Not all the puzzle pieces are same. If they are, it will be boring, right? Imagine a puzzle with all square pieces. It will be boring, literally. What's the point of that? So we need all sorts of different variety to expand the universe. Every choice we make through the roles we play expand the pathways, right? So you being you authentically is a greatest contribution. So please do not measure yourself with anybody else's standard. When you do that, when you start appreciating you for just being the authentic you, then you will see people start flocking to you. People start giving you money. Sorry for that long, long explanation, but I just wanted to give because for me, happiness and money on the planet directly depend on how you value yourself. So that's a very, very important piece.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
And I will like to add an example.
Mm.
In 2023, there was this phase where I was going through very, very intense chemos. And I had barely 4 days in a month where I had some energy to work. And I was somebody who had taken my 5-figure income to 6-figure to a 7-figure, and I was very used to a 7-figure income. And suddenly I was down to a low 6-figure income. And obviously I was not liking that. And I was feeling a little upset about it. And, I was working with my coach, and all coaches work with coaches, as you know. And I was working with my coach, and I was just like a little concerned about this. And they said, hey, and the what if came over. I said, what if in those 4 days that you get to work, you could earn, what you used to earn working 25, 30 days a month? And I said, yeah, what if? And I was just reminded of the what if. And I said, okay, so what if it was possible for me to, again, increase my income, but working less? Now, normally, the belief system is that if I work less, I earn less. But here I was willing to challenge that with a what if. What if
Yeah.
it was possible for me to work less and earn more?
Yeah.
And within about 5 to 6 months, I got back into my 7-figure
Hey,
income again.
very good. Yeah. So
So
belief is just a belief. It's not the truth.
nothing is a limitation.
Yeah. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you.
I have seen employees working in organizations get their bonuses, get their increments. I have seen with this program homemakers receiving, more money.
Sum of money. Yeah.
Yeah, bigger sums of money, their investments doing well, things like that. And of course, I've seen people who are entrepreneurs, uh, increase their turnovers, their revenues. I've seen it occurring when we are willing to put certain fundamental principles at work and live by them. It takes a little while to incorporate them as your truth and live by it and be that energy of abundance. There is no way that you will cancel out the law of vibration and law of attraction. Laws are at work. If you
Yeah.
understand that, if I live by those laws, and that's what I end up covering in the Money Multiplier program, law is like irrefutable. It cannot be violated. And if you live by those fundamentals, you live by those principles, there is no way that you cannot generate bigger revenues. And these principles are not just applicable to money, you can also go on to apply them in your regular day. That's
Every area of your life. Yeah. 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 So the advantage of being in a program is that, you are in the stream of abundant consciousness. You have a group and you have a coach who is already vibrating in that consciousness. So one thing I have seen is when you are in the vicinity of people who vibrate high, you catch up. Truly. I sense people's frequency and vibration, really, really clearly. My body gets goosebumps and it feels like it feels like channels are opening up. They don't have to do anything to you. Just being in the vicinity, it's like, bringing something near the fire. It catches up, right? So, like that, when you are in the program, especially for a few weeks, you are tuned, you are consistently vibrating, and then it becomes irreversible. So, do let us know a little bit more about the Money Multiplier program, Smriti.
So, Money Multipliers is an 8 call series, and the details have been shared uh, on this on the call, and it's an 8 call series, and we look at essentially our identity as to who we are. So, establishing the truth at a cellular level that we are abundant beings living in an abundant universe. We look at what other kind of things that are limiting your money inflow or not allowing it to, grow or multiply, or not having any income at all, and you want to get started. So, what could actually come in the way? What could be the belief systems? What could be, what you identify as blocks? What are your thoughts? What is your energy? So we'll identify what is it that comes in the way. We look at, there are a lot of fears that come up when you want to make more money. So there are certain fundamental gaps, which are fears, doubts. So how do we address all of that? And then looking at very practical ways, what are the kind of actions that you can take to multiply your money, or if you're starting afresh, how to generate sources of income. So, generate more income, to get your money to work for you, to create multiple revenue streams. Those are the various ways of multiplying your money. So, we look at actual practical ways of putting those things in action, and also changing your own frequency, who you be, which then becomes a match to drawing more money in your life. So I do talk about these principles that are very fundamental to creating money and generating money and multiplying money, and all based in hardcore practical life experience, not just my own, but also of all the people hundreds of people who've been through this program with me before.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah, I'm getting all goosebumps. So,
so we take you. I'm there step by step, like for those 8 calls. I share with you various principles. I address your personal, like some people have a different scenario, some people have another scenario, they may have a different kind of a question. So I'm there to take you through whatever it may be for you. So there's a general, like a group address, you address a group, but there's also a personal kind of attention that you get because you have a particular scenario that's going on. So there's laser coaching available in those calls, between the calls also, which are weekly, but you're supported over a WhatsApp group where if you have a question or you're stumbling or a fear is coming up, I'm there, the community is there to help you move forward, go past barriers that we have, and to keep cheering you on. So, and you get, of course, recordings, you get PDFs to summarize, because sometimes you don't have the time to listen to a whole call, and the PDF summarizes everything beautifully, so you kind of get a recap. And very often when you keep going back to those PDFs, you think I'll remember everything from the call, but you go back, oh my god, I haven't done that, or I could do that. And we take it from there. I equip you with power statements which are rooted in truth, so that you can start expanding, putting your faith in the truth rather than in facts. So very practical day-to-day stuff that you can do to, increase, multiply, generate money. And another thing that I highly recommend, which is what I did. So initially, the Money Multiplier program was a standalone program. But then when I studied light key frequencies with you, I experimented with it and I said, what if I could add light key frequencies to what I'm doing just to, exponentialize what I know is possible. And the light key frequencies made a huge difference. They just exponentialize things.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that. In fact, we've made it a prerequisite simply because it serves you to, be able to just do things with more ease and even better. So I also have added light key frequencies to the Money Multiplier program because that just makes it, even more powerful.
Yeah, it's like having magic wand, isn't it? Not many people are willing to create magic. That's an issue. But if you like to create things like that, just by calling some frequencies, please do that course with Smriti. Smriti, when is it? When is the course coming up?
So the light key frequency program, that is a prerequisite, is starting tomorrow, and the calls are on every Wednesday. So the 5th and then the 12th are dedicated to catching up on the prerequisites for those who have not done the course. For those who have done the course, come in on the 19th of February. So that's when the Money Multiplier kicks in for 8 weeks every Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's what it is. So we can sign up. People can sign up tomorrow if they would like to, get the prereq in. And if they have done it, then they can sign in and join in on the 19th.
Yeah. So in case you are listening to this later than the prereq date, then you can catch up with the recordings as well. Okay. So please do get in touch with us. In case you have missed the prereqs and but you like to attend the coaching program. All right. Great. Thank you, Smriti. I'm looking forward to people exponentializing their finances, their money with a program, with your help. And thank you so much for offering, and thank you so much for shining so bright.
It is always my pleasure. I know what it's like to not have any money. I have been in a situation where I was on the road. I had no money. I had no friends. So I know how tough it is to not have any money. And I have turned that around completely in my life. And I see how comfortable your life becomes if you have money. So it's wonderful to have money. And there are beautiful ways to grow money and very authentic ways to grow money. So I know the difference between what it's like to not have and how wonderful it is to have it. So it is that drives me to empower anybody who would like to have that comfort, that joy of having money in their life, because I know what it's like to not have it. So, hey, whoever is interested in having more money, and like I said, it's not just money where you will grow. You'll grow as a person. You will grow into the abundant being that you truly are. And when you shift in one area of your life, it ends up shifting every other area of your life.
Yeah.
Let's do
You
this.
become infinite. It's not you become infinite with money, infinite with relationship. No, you become infinite.
Let's do those meditations. Let's those frequencies. Let's apply the principles. It would be so much fun. It would be my joy, my honor, my good fortune, my privilege to serve you if you're choosing this, if you feel called.
Awesome. So please write to us, and for more details, look at the descriptions. We will catch up sometime. Thank you, everyone. So if you like this broadcast, please share it with your friends, and please also pass on your gratitude to Smriti for spending half an hour for us, with her busy schedule. So, and if you'd like to have Smriti back on the YouTube, please comment below. We will nicely ask her. Okay. Take care, everybody. Love you.